Hello, and welcome to another installment of what I think I am going to call Let's See What Happens. So, the other day I was in Michael's and I wanted to look at their clearance aisle because this is the time of year when they put a bunch of stuff on clearance to make way for new merchandise. And I walked into the paper crafting aisle and I saw that they replaced a bunch of things with their Recollections, or is it Recollections or Recollections? Recollections store branded merchandise, and they had inks and stamps and dies, but the main thing that I was interested in were their layering stencils, and there are two here that I picked up, and I made sure to pick up two things that I already didn't have in my collection. These are a sunflower and a disco ball. I also picked up some cutting dies, this corner and notch punch. I didn't have one before, and I'm pretty surprised that I didn't have one. I mainly use my Cricut when I want to do corner punches, but this is good to have in case I change my mind in the middle of a card. And I was going to try these stencils with ink that I already have, but I said, let's see how their ink works with their stencils. They also have refills for these. I didn't buy the refills. I just wanted to see how the ink works. So I got a collection of grays, some brown, greens, and yellows to go with the sunflower. And they also got a red because I don't know why, but I collect red ink. And I wanted to see how their black ink holds up. Can I stamp with this? Can I emboss with it? It is a dye ink, so it will dry pretty fast. Can I watercolor or use markers with these? So I'm going to test that as well. So let me open these and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my setup here. One thing I want to point out as I was opening up these stamping inks is that they came stamped in their packaging just like this. But then they also came wrapped, and I don't know if you guys can see this, they came wrapped in this plastic, and that's something I can appreciate because that way they won't like crack open a little bit while they're sitting on the shelves or while people are trying to look at them, and they can stay airtight. So I haven't opened them yet, and it looks like these are felt. They are wet and juicy, full of ink. Let me wipe this off. And I am going to start with the sunflower. So I opened up the sunflower stencil, and they are numbered in the corner. It looks like there's like no miscuts from what I can see. They came with minimal directions. And I guess when I store these, they do have the number at the top, but I think when I store these, I'm going to cut off this top tab and leave it in my stencil binder just so I can have a reference of what we're supposed to do. And now that I notice, I need a bigger sheet of paper because these are kind of very large. They are not made for your typical size cards. So let me see if I can get a bigger sheet of cardstock. Go. And I may have to turn this way. Test this out. And let me see how I am going to line this up. I may need some tape to hold it in place. There are no notches or anything like in other manufacturers' stencils, so you just have to eyeball it. I'm thinking once we get to the other layering stencils. These are pretty fine. I may need to use some pixie spray on this. Let me get a piece of washi tape just for the top. I have some mint tape somewhere, but I can't find it at this moment, so this washi tape will have to do. think I'm going to use these detailed little brushes first because there are a lot of fine lines in here. Now let's see what I'm going to do first. These are, okay. So it looks like this is an outline first. So should I outline in yellow or brown? Let's do brown. Let's do brown first and see how that goes. So these are felt, and I'm going to start with the chocolate color. That's what this is? Okay. That is a nice size pad, by the way. There's lots of ink in there. These go on pretty good. And these, let's see. Yeah, I should have used some pixie spray to hold this stencil in place because some of these are kind of loose. But this ink is going on pretty nice, if I say so. There's a lot staying in the brush too. And I think I'm going to use a bigger brush for this second part of the sunflower. Yeah, that one little piece. Okay, and let's get a brown brush. Let me wipe this off because I don't know what color was on here last. Picked up very nice. That's a nice application. Put a little more. And it looks like it may have to oxidize a little bit. You know, some inks have like some type of agent in there where when you put it down, at first it looks kind of splotchy, but you let it sit there for a little while and it evens out. So this may be that type of ink. Oh, that one piece, boo. I think that one piece may have moved and I may have gotten ink under the stencil a little bit, but we'll see. Okay, let's do a little reveal on this one. This is the first one. Oh, washi tape took some of the paper off, but it's fine. Oh, yeah, right about there where the stencil came up some. So, you know, it happens. So let's try number 2 in this. And how am I going to line this up? And it looks like I'm going to have to do some masking because I have green, some yellow, I think here, or more brown. And then a darker brown here if I need it. Let's see. This is why I like stencils that have like notches in them so you can line them up right. That looks like it's the best that I'm going to get. I'm going to have to mask some of this off, so I have some post-it notes. And let's see. I think I want to go with the browns first since I already have that brush out. just in case. And should I have used some pixie spray? Probably. Let's see what we can do here. And I probably should have went in with yellow on these, but I'm already here with the brown, so whatever. We will see how this works out. It'll just be a brown sunflower at this point. We're just going to call this a happy mistake. Oh yeah, definitely need pixie spray with these, because those little branches are moving. Okay, and we got the branch. Have a little piece right here. Really impressed with this ink, by the way. It's not bad at all. Let's go into the green, see what that green ink does. Very odd placement. Okay. I'm gonna have to find a way to label these, because there's usually like a white piece of paper or something at the bottom in case I get the tops mixed up. But I guess I can use an acrylic marker and write on the side which ink is which. And we're gonna go, let's go with this jungle green. Again, good coverage. Oh, look at that. That's nice. Oh, again, should have used the pixie spray. I will with the third one, I think. Greens, this is jungle. Go to the side. And let's start with sunflower. Here we go. It looks a little orange to me, so we'll see how it comes out. Hopefully that brown had enough time to dry before I went in with this yellow. I didn't even think of that when I started. It's nice. Stale yellow. And I think what I want to do, make sure I put these tops back, is go in with this darker yellow, which, see, this is why you need to put names on the tops, because those look almost identical. Those look almost the same, and I would totally get those mixed up if I lost the tops of these or the tops got mixed up some type of way. Let's go in and do a little blending. A little darker towards the center of the flower. Okay. Do a little refill. Not bad so far. And we are on to number 3. I should have to say, I don't know if I said it at the beginning of the video, but this is a 5-part stencil. And the way that they cut this is kind of weird because it's brown here. So was I supposed to make this dark green? Or I'm not sure. But I am going to spray this one with a little pixie spray because I have learned my lesson so far. Just a little bit. So I don't know. Am I supposed to go back in with the brown for the stems? I guess so. Let's see. I mean, why not? Let me get the chocolate. Let me come out just a little bit. See, this is supposed to be green. Oh. And that's very close to that stem. So let's, how am I supposed to do this? Super, super weird. And are these supposed to be yellow or green? What does the picture look like? It doesn't give me. Okay, I don't know. We're just gonna do this brown first. I'm gonna do this brown. Let's see if I can mask this part off. Okay. And I already did brown here, so maybe I should open up the black and do it. Well, I do know I need green on this leaf. Let's go back to jungle. The greens seem to be a little bit more saturated than the browns. Maybe. I don't know. I do know that this is annoying me right now. Let's get in there. Okay, and a little bit more brown right here. Because I still don't know what I want to do with this part. What do you guys think? So that was supposed to be yellow. This was probably supposed to be brown. So I think I'm just going to use yellow in the middle because why not? And I think I want to use a darker yellow. Mustard color is really pretty. Let's wipe this up a little bit. Let me get some brown in there. Okay, this stencil was kind of difficult. And it may be because of something I did. I'm not sure, but let's get a little reveal going. Oh, I like this. I probably should have went with like a lighter green, but brown will do. On to stencil 4. Let's see how this is going to fit in. I don't know. Oh, nice. I see now. I'm going to do a bright yellow. With these. Clean off my brush. Let's see. This is a nice bright yellow. And I'm not pressing that hard with the color, and it's really nice and saturated. Probably should have reversed the brown outline and a yellow on this one. Yeah, but you know. I'm gonna go in with the and because I want a little bit more contrast here, going back in with this mustard just along the edges, just a darker yellow. What do I want to do? Just a little. Stencil 4, yeah. And stencil 5. this is the last detailed stencil. And now that I'm looking at this, I really should have studied the stencils and plotted out what I wanted to do before I started, but let's just see what happens. So this is my first time using these products, and now I know what I don't want and what I do want. So I'm going to go in with the brown on this. And then for these leaves, I think I want sunflower. I don't know. I think I used sunflower on the other ones, but we're here now. Oh, what did I do with the... I think I just did sunflower on top of sunflower, but we'll see. All right. I mean, the stencils aren't bad. They aren't. I think it may have more to do with how I laid my colors down. I'm really, really, really liking this one and the leaves. They lined up. I think I know what I want and what I don't want. So the next time I do this stencil, I'm going to switch up the colorway a little bit. But I think these were $6.99 and I used a coupon. These were not bad. Okay, so all in all, I'm not upset about these inks and the stencils. The one thing I did not like about the stencil was the sunflower stencil was that it was kind of hard to determine what goes where. There are no instructions. They're only numbered. And you kind of have to decide for yourself what color you want to use, where, light to dark, dark to light, because of the way that the stencil is cut. But these inks, I have to say, surprised me. They are saturated. They do blend. But they have re-inkers, so they aren't throwaway inks like Michael's ink pads used to be, just one and done. When it dries out, there was nothing you can do. You just had to go buy another one. So I'm pretty excited to see that they're being a little bit more conscious and giving us refills for our stamping inks. If you guys have tried these new inks and stencils from Michael's, let me know what you think. My next video, I'm going to use the black inks to see how they hold up with watercolor or alcohol markers. Talk to you soon.